color, all for $19.95 with free shipping. These are all living plants and pots. Look at the display. Look at how many roses, the scent. It's amazing. Rochelle, go ahead. I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, these are the garden industry's answers to easy roses, and also fantastic roses for just the proliferation. I keep using that word, of roses, because what's unique about mini roses as opposed to kind of the bigger, more standard roses that we think of is that you get sprays of blooms on each stem. So instead of one stem, one flower, these are, you know, a whole cluster of flowers. So if you're picking them to arrange them, you know, you'll see these in, you know, an arrangement that you might buy from a florist all the time, because they give you a lot of bang for your buck. You get, you know, 5 or 6 or 7 roses. They're littler on one stem rather than just like one rose on one stem. So they're going to come like this. I have to say, so this is the Stars and Stripes. That's the red and white one. But I have to say, we've kind of picked up our game. We're labeling like this now. I love these little bags that they get delivered in. It protects them in the thing, and it says very clearly, you know, right on the label what you're going to get. Your lilies will come in a similar way. So you know, no question about which is which, and they'll all be labeled up. Pop them in the ground, in the container, whatever. These are perennials. They're going to come back year in and year out. They'll get bigger year in and year out. They're nice front of the border, because these are mini. Remember, they're small. They're not going to get like too tall like some other roses. These are going to stay low, you know, just like maybe 18 inches, 2 feet tops. And they're going to just be covered in this beautiful color of flowers. So plant them, you know, where you want to see them all the time. Give them good sun. They definitely want good sun. But I mean, you cannot go wrong with the mini roses. They're just going to get this proliferation of roses all season long. They're tough, hardy all the way up to the very north of the lower 48. I mean, they're good for anybody. They're like the no-brainer of roses, truly. They're the easy ones.
They smell so nice. When you have that many little blossoms, I mean, just tightly packed together like that, you get such a great aroma. And it's a breezy day. I'm sitting here in between them, and as the breeze is hitting me, I can smell those intoxicating roses. They're unbelievable. So you get all 4 for $19.95. Listen, I know we're busy. My producer, Brian, just said we have over 300 people shopping right now for these. Get them home. If you've never shopped with Guys in the Garden before, of course, you have our warranty, all the instructions on how to grow everything. They're delivered right to your front door. Obviously, you know, as every season, they're going to get better and better and better. You know, if you live up north, bring them inside, you know, when it gets cold out. But everywhere else right now.
No, you don't need to bring them in.
Oh, that's right.
You actually don't. These are going to be hardy. Yeah. These are.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, leave these outside. These are perennials all the way up north. They're tough as nails. You don't need to bring these in. Just, I mean, if you put them in a pot, I might bring them into your garage maybe, just to protect the roots a little bit. But if you plant these in the ground, you do not have to worry. They will come back next year.
I'm so glad you said that, because see, I used to live up north. I lived in Connecticut, and now I lived in Arizona and Florida. So you know, I have 3 like different growing zones in my head. But I wrote that on my card. It says very little maintenance, and it says you never have to worry about these. I mean, there's nothing. Super tough and hardy. Yeah, it said temperatures down to like below 30 degrees, they'll still be okay. I mean, they're not gonna be growing flowers in the wintertime, but you're still gonna be able to get, they're still gonna be able to suffer, you know, get through the wintertime, no problem, and then come right back in summer. Look at the 4 different blossoms. I mean, Rochelle, what a great combination of colors.
Yeah, we all have our favorites. You can't go wrong. I mean, they'll be nicely labeled. So if you're trying to really cultivate your garden to have different color themes in different areas, you can really be picky and choosy, and you'll know exactly which one's which, so you can plant it, you know, wherever you want it, or you can put them all together and have the beautiful collection like we have on the set there. They're fantastic in containers. They'll do great, especially, you know, if you're more southern, you probably don't even really need to bring them into your garage, because these are hardy down to, I believe, zone 3. So, you know, you're not going to have to worry. You usually have to kind of round down a zone if you're planting in a container just to protect those roots. But these are tough plants. they like the sun. They're very drought tolerant, and they just bloom their little heads off. And you know, you don't really have to do much of anything. This is, again, one of those leaf and petal specialties where we're trying to bring the plants that make it seem so easy and make it, you know, feel easy to have a beautiful, beautiful garden without, you know, all the stress and spraying. But by the way, no spray roses. That's kind of a big thing. We really have only brought to you at HSN no spray roses, and these are, again, no spray roses. So if you're worried about the typical things people worry about, like pests and fungus and whatnot, you don't have to worry with these.
Rochelle,
no worries.
And Rochelle,
no spray.
I own these. Okay, a couple of different versions of them, and that is 100% correct. I never have to spray my roses. And when I lived in Connecticut, all right, you know, my dad would grow roses. He was out there trying to pick aphids off his roses every day because they eat the bulbs. You never have to worry about that's the rose's biggest enemy as far as the blossoms, because the aphids will eat, you know, they eat the buds. You don't have to worry about this with the, and the ones that I have here from, I don't know if it was I still have the roses from year one. That's probably 3 years ago. To this day, they're still growing. To this day, I've never sprayed them. And what's so wonderful is that in peak season, I probably have 30 or 40 or 50 roses on each plant. I mean, it's unbelievable. And people come to my house, they're like, wow, those little roses? I'm like, yeah. So I just got an update. We started with about 2,500. We are down to the final 1,400. So we have gone through almost half of our roses. It's a $20 bill. It's free shipping and handling. And you will get to enjoy these year after year after year, no matter where you live in this country. I don't care if you live in the Colorado Rockies or if you live in the heat of Arizona, you know, wherever you are, up in New England, you are gonna love these. That's the orange. You're gonna get them in that beautiful sort of, I call it a purple pink. You're gonna get them in white. And then my favorite is the two-tone, where you've got a mix of coral and white. We'll give you a close-up of those. Guys, go in really close if I'll get out of your way.
Those are the stars and stripes. Oh my gosh. I love that.
They're so pretty. Wow, Rochelle.
Speckled.
Free shipping.
White and red together.
Free shipping and handling if you pick these up today in less than a $20 bill. So again, no maintenance, pop them in the ground. If you wanted to put them, I have mine all in pots only because the most sun that I get in my house is out on my deck, and I just like having everything out there because I go out there and have coffee, you know, in the morning, and at night I go out there and a glass of wine or a beer and I'll hang out. And it's so funny because before I did the garden show, I was like, yeah, with gardening, I liked it. I was more of a vegetable gardener like my dad. But then doing the show and realizing that, you know, I live near the beach, so a lot of vegetables don't grow well in salty conditions. All my flowers are thriving. My hibiscus, I don't know if you guys watched, I posted something yesterday of all my flowers. Rochelle, my dinner plate hibiscus is opening. Oh my gosh.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's exciting.
Oh, it's unbelievable. The number of flowers that I have out on my deck. My son's girlfriend, Lily, by the way, we have a Lily Today special, so that's kind of fun. But anyway, Lily came over home from school, and she's like, oh my God, look at all your flowers. I was like, isn't it crazy? And it gives me such pleasure. And I never used to appreciate it. Now I do. All right.
Yeah, no, there is no shame in loving flowers. I've been converting my vegetable garden, actually. I really only like to grow a few vegetables, I realized. I used to have this massive vegetable garden. Now it's like, no, I'm just going to stick with tomatoes and peppers. And I'm filling it up with roses and all of the beautiful blooming things that we have and turning it into a cutting garden because, you know, these plants love the same conditions that the vegetables did. And I get so much satisfaction out of it. And I love all the blooms. They really do. I love giving them. I love picking them. I love flower arranging. And if you love them, like love all those things like I do, I mean, this is a no-brainer. The sprays of roses that you get off of these mini roses are really, really lovely to pick and bring into the house because it's